you're having a wonderful day, and if you're not, I hope your day gets better. I'm Nimbus, the rain-bearing cloud, and this is an aviation animation. The story I picked today involves my old instructor. Now that he's officially left for the airlines, I can throw him under the bus without worrying that he's gonna get caught. One morning, my instructor came in super over-caffeinated and decided there was no possible way that he was gonna sit still. So, he decided to take over the radios while I did a few maneuvers. That morning, we found out there was a brand new control tower operator. My instructor was having a text conversation about it with the instructor beside us while I was performing the run-up. When he finally looked over and asked, "Can I make this radio call?" "Yeah, be my guest." He then proceeded to talk in the most extravagant German accent I've ever heard in my life. When I finally asked, "What was that?" he jokingly responded with, "Oh, I'm just messing with the new guy. He's gonna learn to hate us real fast." I discovered later that he actually made radio calls like this all the time, and he would intentionally leave out his tail number so nobody could figure out who he was. He actually managed to keep this up for months before one day he finally came in, sat down, and very dejectedly told me, "I've been caught." One morning, when he finished the flight, he came inside to find a whole group of instructors waiting for him. Yeah, that wasn't me. However, they had found him far too late, as it was only a few weeks before he left anyway. When the two of us finally got to the practice area, we made regular reports to let people know where we were, when suddenly this one guy decides he's going to make a weather report. Normally, this is a great thing. It's known as a PIREP, and it actually gives pilots accurate weather information. However, there were two things wrong with this guy. Number one, he was sharing a frequency with student pilots who were attempting to not run into each other, and they did this by using the radios. By hogging them, he was increasing the chance that they were going to run into each other. But if this wasn't bad enough, it was also a beautiful day outside. You could not have asked for a better day to fly, and this guy was describing everything from the fog on the ground to how green the grass was. Now, I was over minding my own business and waiting my turn to use the radios finally, when all of a sudden I realized I could hear a little playing over the PIREP. Now, obviously, my first thought was, who in their right mind is stepping on someone else's call like that? And all of a sudden, it clicked, and I turned to look at my instructor, and lo and behold, he is sat there pressing the microphone button down with the most deadpan expression on his face. So after freaking out for a few minutes, I finally realized other instructors joined in. There were now 3 other instructors bullying this one guy who was hogging the radios, and it could not have been worse for him. I would have felt bad, but honestly, he was part of the reason why my instructor got caught being goofy on the radios, so I have no sympathy for this traitor. We finally wrap up the flight, and I start complaining about how much I need caffeine, but also how late I am to class. My instructor just kind of looks at me, and then jumps to life and goes, "What? Don't deny yourself caffeine like that! Who is your professor?" When I finally told him, he decided the only course of action was to text that professor and lie and tell him that my flight ended late, just so that I could show up with a hot Starbucks coffee in hand, 20 minutes late to class. Now, I know there's a possibility that some more strict pilots are listening to the story and cringing, and I want you to know that I would never plan on doing this anywhere but at our school. But to this day, I think this is the funniest flight I've been on. Hearing pilots be goofy on frequency is a recurring theme, especially on boring days. I've heard a lot of meows, whispers, a few accents, a few excited hellos, and even a tomater making reports. As long as you're being reasonable and not bothering or endangering others, it honestly makes my day way more fun. So, there you have it. More evidence that pilots might be a little goofier than you originally thought. Hope you all enjoyed and continue to stick around for other random experiences I've had. Hope you have a great day, and thank you all for watching.
See ya!